Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since my last video and I'm sorry for the lack of updates, but life had other plans. So basically, I was just trying to get through work without any major drama, and you know how that usually goes, right? I mean, I've worked with some great people, but also some, not so great. One person in particular comes to mind, Tanner. He's been my coworker for a while now, and we always managed to have a good time when we were working together. We'd chat about our weekends, share funny stories, and just generally enjoy each other's company. I thought he was a cool guy, you know. But, I guess I was wrong. Okay, so, what happened was that Tanner got promoted to our team lead, and I got reassigned to work with Grayson, who's actually the new intern on our team. Now, Grayson is a great kid, super smart and all that, but we didn't exactly get off on the right foot. He seemed kind of lost, you know. Like he was trying too hard to fit in, and it came across as really insincere. Anyway, Tanner started taking Grayson under his wing, and I noticed they'd always be working together on projects, going over our work, and just generally being super tight. At first, I thought nothing of it, but then I realized that Tanner was actually the one who got me fired from my old job before I even knew him well. Yeah, it's a weird story, but basically, he reported some misunderstandings to our manager, and suddenly I was out the door. I'm not even joking when I say it felt like a setup. Like, Tanner had been waiting for that moment for months, just biding his time until he could finally get rid of me. And then, after I got fired from my old job, he started pretending to be all sympathetic towards me, like we were friends or something. Grayson and I would run into each other at the office, and Tanner would always make sure to tag along, chatting us up about our weekends or whatever. It was super awkward, but I tried to play it cool, not wanting to give him the satisfaction of getting under my skin. I'm not gonna lie, guys, it was pretty frustrating. Like, can't he just leave me alone? But at the same time, a part of me wondered if maybe Tanner had actually changed or if this was all just some sick twisted game he'd planned out from the beginning. It's funny, because I used to think people were either good or bad, but now I'm not so sure. And that brings us up to where we are today, I guess. I mean, Grayson and I have been working together for a while now, and it's actually starting to feel like a normal routine. We've even started joking around with each other, which is kind of nice, I guess. But then again, Tanner shows up out of nowhere one day, and suddenly everything changes. So here we are, sitting in the break room with Grayson, laughing about some stupid joke that happened on our last project. It's like nothing ever happened between us and Tanner. But as I'm smiling and trying to act normal, I can feel my eyes darting around the room, waiting for him to show up. And then he does. He walks in, a smug look on his face, and Grayson turns around, oblivious to what's coming. "Hey guys," Tanner says, plopping down at an empty table. "Long time no see." I feel my jaw clenched up, but I try to keep it together. We've already had one conversation about this, so I don't need a repeat. But Grayson, bless his heart, starts chatting him up like nothing's wrong. Tanner laughs along, exchanging some inane small talk, and I'm just seething inside. At first, I thought maybe he was actually trying to apologize or something, but as the conversation goes on, it becomes clear that this is all just an act. He's not sorry, he's still plotting his revenge. Grayson doesn't seem to notice, though, too caught up in Tanner's stories about his new job and how great everything is going for him. I try to join in a little, just to keep the peace, but it's like I'm speaking a different language. Every time I try to say something, he shuts me down with some condescending comment or backhanded compliment. It's infuriating, and I can feel my anger building up inside me. Grayson finally starts to notice that something's off, though. He catches Tanner making a snide comment about my old job, and his expression darkens. "Hey, don't do that," he says, his voice firm but controlled. "Kira's had enough of you." Tanner just smirks at him, like he thinks he's got some kind of power over me or something. But Grayson stands up to him, even if it is a little too late. I watch as Tanner gets up and leaves the break room, a smirk still plastered on his face. Grayson turns to me, a concerned look in his eyes. "Are you okay?" he asks, but I just shake my head. I don't know how to explain this, or what's going on inside me. All I know is that Tanner's presence makes me feel like I'm walking on eggshells, waiting for him to strike again. But as we sit there in silence, I start to feel a creeping sense of unease. It's not just about Tanner, it's about Grayson too. What does he really think of me? Does he see the real me, or is he just tolerating me because I'm his friend? I turn to him, and for a moment, our eyes lock in a way that makes my heart skip a beat. And then, without warning, my phone rings. My heart sinks as I glance at the screen, seeing Tanner's name on the caller ID. My mind races with possibilities. Did he come to apologize? Or was this some kind of twisted game? I hesitate for a moment before answering. "Hey," his voice is smooth as silk, but it doesn't fool me. "What's up?" I ask, trying to keep my tone light, but feeling anything but. "Just wanted to check in and make sure you're doing okay after what happened," he says, the words dripping with insincerity. But then, something unexpected happens. Grayson stands up from his chair, a fierce determination etched on his face. Actually, I'm going to sit down for a minute and have a chat with Kira, Grayson says, his eyes never leaving Tanner's face. You can call me later, okay? I feel a surge of gratitude towards Grayson, who just happens to be the one person in our office who actually cares about me. But before I can respond, Tanner starts talking again. Grayson, what's going on? You're really cutting off my line of communication now. He sounds more than annoyed, he sounds threatened. And suddenly, a whole new level of unease washes over me. What are you even talking about? Grayson asks firmly, his voice commanding attention. Kira was just dealing with some stuff, that's all. I feel my heart start racing as Tanner's words hang in the air, like a challenge. And then, to make matters worse, I hear a faint snicker from behind me. I spin around, and to my horror, see Grayson's expression change. It starts out as concern, but it quickly morphs into something else, something that makes my blood run cold. Kira, he says, his voice dripping with malice. I think we need to have a little chat. My mind is reeling now, unsure of what's happening or where this conversation is headed. And as I look at Grayson, I see a part of him that I've never seen before, a side that makes me question everything. Grayson takes the phone from Tanner and starts talking in hushed tones, his voice low and menacing. We're going to need to discuss some sensitive information, he says, the words sending shivers down my spine. As I stand there, frozen in fear, Grayson's eyes lock onto mine, and for a moment, I see a glimmer of recognition, as if he remembers our friendship, our laughs, and our inside jokes. But it's quickly extinguished by the sinister grin spreading across his face. Tanner, oblivious to the tension, chimes in with some inane comment, but Grayson cuts him off, his voice firm and commanding. This is between us, Tanner. Leave us alone. The room falls silent, except for the sound of my own ragged breathing. I'm trapped, stuck in this nightmare, with no escape. My mind is racing, trying to process what's happening, but it's like trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces. Grayson takes another step closer, his eyes never leaving mine. Kira, he says again, his voice softer now, almost familiar. But I know better than to trust him. Not after this moment. Suddenly, the door bursts open, and in walks our boss, Mrs. Jenkins. She looks frazzled, her face pale, but she's not here to rescue me or Tanner. She's here for Grayson. Tanner, we need to talk, she says, her voice firm. Grayson, I'm afraid we've been investigating some irregularities in the company. And it seems you've been involved. The room falls silent again, this time in shock. Grayson's expression freezes, his eyes darting between Mrs. Jenkins and me before he finally looks away. And then, like a punch to the gut, it hits me, I'm fired. Not just me, but all of us, Tanner, Grayson, everyone involved with the company. We're all implicated in some kind of scandal that no one knew about. The truth comes flooding back, Grayson's been embezzling funds, using our friendship as a cover for his own selfish desires. The snickers, the sinister grin, it was all him. As I stand there, my mind reeling with shock and betrayal, Mrs. Jenkins turns to me and says, Kira, I'm so sorry this happened. But we need to talk about your future here. My future? There's no future for any of us. We've ruined ourselves, our careers, everything. As the door closes behind Grayson, and I'm left standing there with Mrs. Jenkins, I realize that sometimes, the people you trust most can betray you the deepest. And honestly, I still think about it, wondering how I let him in so far, and what I would do if I could turn back time. Let me know what you would have done, and what would you have said to Grayson when you found out.